Hey guys, so here's another roll I had with Ricardo. I haven't trained with him much at all since our previous roll on January 10th, I believe. So we'll see if this one goes any different. Spoiler alert, it doesn't. So Ricardo trains a little different than Marcos. Look how he has a really low stance, immediately sits the guard and starts playing his sit-up guard. I'm kind of making a mistake by not getting any grip on his pants before he grabs my leg. And look how he scoots into his sit-up guard before I get a chance to disengage. So at this point, you see how I'm backstepping around his leg, trying to go around to his side, and I land in this reverse half guard position. So notice how his feet are crossed here, and he's hugging my leg, so I can't easily extricate it. But look how he switches his hook. Look at this foot here. Look how he switches it to underneath my foot as soon as he gets my lapel out. Yeah, right there. So the reason he would have this hook under my foot is to elevate and push me that way as he goes for my back. And just like the previous roll with Marcos, I'm kind of aware of this and I try to sink my weight down and stop him from doing this. But look how he has this lapel passed off to his far hand right there. This is a big detail. It gives him a lot of control over this near leg because I can't yank it out due to the lapel being underneath and kind of in the way. So I'll play the clip. So look how I'm trying to clear his hook out from entangling my leg. And he kind of scoots in. Yeah, I try to step over and do sort of like a knee cut pass here, but he's way too tight on this leg. See how it's still pinched here? My ankle's pinched, I can't get it free. And as I step back, he's in position to hit this excellent sweep right to a guard pass and the knee on belly. It's a quick 7 points for him. And I'm kind of stuck here with my feet. Look how my feet are in the air. They're doing nothing. My hands aren't really doing anything either. Yep. And see how I sit up on my elbow and face away from him? Is a perfect chance for him to get this grip under my collar. Yeah, that's real bad. And one more thing. Look how he throws his hand in instead of the leg hook as he sits back to take the back. So let me replay that one sec. I thought that was really cool. So notice how as I sit up, this hand, you see how he reaches around my stomach? Normally people would throw this leg over to get the top hook and roll over, but he notices that I'm sitting up and I'm going to roll away really quick if he doesn't stop my rotation with this hand. So by having this hand in front of my stomach, I really cannot turn away even though I'm up on my elbow. I can't face away at all. And he has this collar grip here. It's kind of the beginning of the end for me. Yeah. If you guys notice, he does open up that collar grip a little bit to get his grip even deeper. So look at this right here. Yeah. I already feel that pressure on my neck as I sit back. I try to jump over his hook here, try to scoop my hips out. But I kind of land right between his legs. And right there, he had his knee tight on the outside of my leg, so I couldn't hop it. Look how he scoops my leg and goes for the bow and arrow finish. So let me go back and explain exactly where I screwed up. Is about here. So rather than trying to sit up on this elbow and face away, giving him the collar access, I should have glued my back to the ground and try to face into him. But I sit up and face away. This bow and arrow choke is one of the strongest gi chokes, I would say, from the back. You don't even need to have your hand underneath the neck. The collar does all the work for you. Okay, we go again. He sits to guard again, and look how he already has this grip on my sleeve before I can even grab his pants. When I'm standing and he's sitting, I'm looking for some sort of a pants grip either here, and then I want to circle around to this flank or this flank. But look how he manages to stay in front by scooting in, trapping my leg with his ankles, and then getting this grip again. He's right back into his sit-up guard. I'm trying to pummel my foot on the outside and not stay here on the inside of his leg. See how he's reaching and trying to get my ankle trapped again? Yep. I'm trying to finish a knee cut out here, but I don't have any sort of control on his upper body, right? I have no crossface here. I have no underhook. I don't even think I have the top collar there. So there's some sort of a choke that I could apply here, but I saw before that if I'm dropping pressure here while I'm up on a foot, he can easily roll that way and knock me over. So I give up on that pretty quick. I go back to try to control his far arm and drop my weight down, which doesn't work well. Look how he scoots under and rolls me off of him. Play that back. See how he scoots in and he has that leg trapped? So this is basically the same sweep he hit as a few minutes before. So look how he elevates this leg with this leg. See how he pushes it away and he comes up on the outside of my legs? Yep. He ducks his head around my shoulder and he's already on side control. So at this point, he feels me pushing into him and trying to off balance, which is why he's keeping, yep, he has that lapel grip under my leg, super tight, and he has a really tight crossface around my head here. I'm getting pinned into the ground. So he's clearing this arm frame, he's clearing it with his knee. Super annoying for me. And he's driving into this knee on belly position as soon as I relax. Yeah, I think he has his knee up here. So with the knee on my stomach and the foot, you can't really see it, but the foot up and the knee up, if he holds this for 3 seconds, he gets the 2 points for a knee on belly. I think I didn't mark it because he was up for like less than 3 seconds. Close enough though. Okay, look how he gets this deep underhook under my arm. This is another thing I'm not supposed to be giving up to him. Let me pull it back a bit. So at this point, I should be framing. See how this hand's doing absolutely nothing? Big mistake. And also this foot is also doing nothing. It's not even on the ground. I'm just keeping my knee tight to him. But due to having no frame here, he easily swims under for this underhook. And as we saw in the roll with Marcos, giving this underhook from bottom side control is really bad because I can't really use this arm at all except to bump him that way. And by him driving his hips in, it's nullifying this bump. Like this arm here, it's not really doing much to bump him because his hips are way too heavy. So see how he's pulling my arm up to try to clear that frame as he brings his knee underneath it. And as he's fighting first for this side and then for the other side, it's really hard to block the mount here as he brings the knee up and over. So I managed to hip escape and stay on my side, which kind of pushes off the knee on belly. I think the biggest thing to pay attention here is Ricardo's able to add a lot of pressure from top because of his crossbody control. So it's not just from the side control. If you notice, every time he's adding pressure in, he has his head on one side of my body and his legs on the other. So if he has his head and his legs on the same side, it's going to be easy to push him and get him off of me. But with his head on top, with his chest on top, with his waist glued to me, it's pretty difficult to get him off and get my guard back. Right, he's making no space. There's no space here for me to bring my knees in at all. So I'm framing. He's maintaining this cross-body position, right? He has this cross-face hug here. He has his head on the other side. He has his hips heavy. Kind of stuck here until I can bump his head back to the same side as his legs, which is what I'm trying to do. See how I get my foot out here, get my knee in. I'm almost to a regard, and I immediately fire up on this 2-on-1, trying to pull this across, and he notices, immediately gets his grip out. And I have no grips here, and he stands up and goes for a pass. So look at how he's pinning my knees to the ground and running around the outside as he circles up. But pay attention to which grip I pick up as he circles. So I regard, he stands and runs, and look how I already have this grip on his sleeve, on his near sleeve. Look at this. This grip is big. If I don't have this grip, he's moving this hand to my collar, and then I'm getting flattened inside control again. But because I have this grip and I'm up on my hand here, watch how I turn to face him. He he's unable to get head control and flatten me. So come back up. And the roll starts again from our feet. Kind of a double pull here. Look how I finally get some sort of control on his legs, and I'm not in front of him. See how he's facing this way, and I'm kind of on his flank already, trying to circle. This is the best way to pass, not being in front of people. So he brings his feet back in front. He has his 4 points of connection with his hands too. So I keep trying to fight from the side. Look how he's already hugging my arm. He's in his sit-up guard again. Trying to work sort of a knee cut. See how I have my knee free here, but he has these grips. These grips are super strong. And look at what he does. So I'm trying to use this foot to clear his foot to get my knee out. But he feels that I'm really light here, right? I don't even have a head post. I have one hand and one knee floating. So he feels this and steps on the ground and switches his hips to the other side. Boom.
Beautiful.
I think Eduardo liked that one. So see how I'm sitting up and trying to push him that way, make him overcommit, but he has this elbow post. This elbow on the ground is super heavy and stopping me from pushing him all the way that way. This time you notice that my elbow's on the other side of his head, so I don't even have a push. I have no way to push his head because my arm is totally stuck there. See how it's stuck like this under his head? It's basically useless to me at this point, and he knows this. That's why he's keeping his head here. So I get my arm free, and he's trying to bring his knee through. So you saw my hand there blocking his knee from mounting. Right here. Yeah, he's up on the knee on belly. He's got the points, but I have my hand free. So yeah, see how he's controlling my far pants here to try to pin my hips down, but with the hand free, I'm blocking his knee that's coming over, and he feels this, so he stops going for that. Right now he's feeding this lapel through to his near hand to get more control over my upper body as he circles. I don't know why I'm putting my hand back here again. I think I'm going for this grip on his belt to try to frame him, push him off that direction, but it's not very useful here. I'm certain Marcos would be yelling at me if he saw this. Okay, finally I got my frame back on his head, and I'm pushing that way, but you see how he has this grip on my lapel? This is really anchoring him to me. He's staying stuck, so that frame is not really doing much for me. Yeah, we're just kind of fighting from side control here as Ricardo's slowly accumulating points, and you see how he's going for this far side armbar, but I get my elbow free.
4, 3,
yeah, he doesn't have the scoop on my arm anymore, but he has the far side knee on belly, so the points are racking up in his favor. And the timer goes. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Any suggestions, please leave them in the description. If you guys also train at Bernardo's and want me to roll with anyone and film it, let me know, and I'll do my best to fulfill those requests. Okay, thanks for watching.